Y'all can fuck some bitches. I'ma get some money.
So one, CALA versus CALA MAE. Oh my gosh. It took a long time for us to get here. I've been begging for this interview for 6 months. I was asking for this as soon as the Dad Group project dropped.
I wasn't ready.
So now you're ready.
I'm ready now.
You're actually ready to tell fupagang, CALA MAE, Kayla's story.
I'm ready. I'm here.
Okay. You sure?
I'm here.
No cap.
None of that.
All that.
All that. Let's
Big
go.
birthday shit.
Big birthday
Virgo shit.
Hey.
When's your birthday?
September 2nd.
When this interview drops?
Today.
Okay then, let's go. Ooh, work, baby. So why CALA versus CALA MAE? What made that be the title? I kind of know why, but the audience needs to know why CALA versus CALA MAE.
CALA versus CALA MAE. CALA was, I ain't gonna say the old me because I'm gonna be me regardless. That's all I know how to do.
Sure.
Growth comes from growth. And then CALA MAE just kind of grew on me. Country people been calling me CALA MAE, so.
I thought that was your middle name for a long time.
It's really not.
I know it's not.
It's really
I personally
not.
know it's not, but I'm under the assumption.
A lot of people think that.
CALA
But I
MAE.
mean, it fits. It fits.
Perfect.
It grew on me, so I
And it looked good on the Dad Group project.
Definitely.
Excuse me.
Definitely.
We need you on that. So what do you mean growth? Do you mean like growth is who you are as a woman, as a mother, as a child, as an entrepreneur, or just all together growth?
All together growth. Because everything you just named, I've been through all of it. I've been through all of it. Growth from a child to an adult, experiencing things, still growing with your parents, growth as a mother. Woo! That has not been easy.
So what's the hardest journey you think? Okay, so let's back it up. What is the difference between CALA and CALA MAE? Because I'm sure they're the same person, but I'm sure personality-wise, those are two different individuals as far as how your personality is set up. So what is the difference between CALA and CALA MAE?
CALA, I just feel like,
because you're a very secretive person. You're like Batman. You feel me? You're like Bruce Wayne by night. Yeah.
I'm like that because I feel like I don't want people to judge me based off what I got going on or something stupid I've done or just my life experiences. I don't like judgment. I don't want nobody to judge me. Even my friends, if I'm going through something, I isolate myself.
Right.
So I don't want nobody to know what I got going on.
I wish you wouldn't do that. As a brother and coworker.
I don't want nobody to know what I got going on because I mean some of the stuff I feel like I done brought on myself, so I have to deal with it. And then I don't want nobody looking at me like, okay, you knew better. I mean, everybody make mistakes, everybody learn.
But everybody needs somebody.
And like I say, not all L's are bad.
No, it could be a lesson in every L, for sure. It needs to be a lesson in every L.
Definitely,
So you think, who's your favorite between the two, CALA or CALA MAE? Who are you most of the time? Are you CALA MAE? I'll get CALA MAE on the Dad Group project. And then every now and then CALA leaks out.
These days, honestly, I feel like I'm CALA MAE more. Honestly, because it's a journey of self.
Mm-hmm.
It's a self journey. I've learned a whole lot of stuff about people, relationships, friendships, myself. So I think I'm CALA MAE more these days than CALA.
Is CALA MAE, is that, first of all, what made CALA MAE come to be? Like, why did you throw MAE in there? Of all the names, you could have been CALA this, CALA that. Why CALA MAE? What made the MAE go in? It just sounded good, right?
It sounded good, and it just stuck.
Sounds good.
That's what I went with, CALA MAE.
I love it because I feel like you reinvented yourself. Because I know you from like 11, 12, teenage,
right.
The middle school parties that was out of control. Miss Rose, I'm sorry. I wasn't there, but I was there. Anyways,
I still get inboxes about them parties, man.
The parties was lit. It wasn't a real party till Sisterville Police Department show up.
Man,
You ain't there at the party. So do you think the CALA MAE is it permanent? Is CALA gonna come back out? Because I feel like when I think about when you first said CALA MAE versus CALA, I thought about CALA MAE is what you see on the outside. That's the mother, the entrepreneur, the grinder, the co-host of the Dad Group project, all that good stuff. But then I think the CALA that I grew up with. Like I know, the things that bother you, and I feel like that's like your guard. I feel like you wear a CALA MAE armor to protect Caleb?
I do, because I've been through so much. Like, I've learned that personally, I set expectations for people.
Mm-hmm.
I set these high expectations for people, and when people don't meet those expectations that I've set for them, I get disappointed.
Is the expectation real? Is it a fair expectation? Do you think, like, some people say they don't give fair expectations? Like, the expectation that you give is at a higher caliber than what the person could really give you.
No.
So you feel like your expectations meet?
I feel like they meet. I feel like
meet.
they are fair.
Okay.
I feel like they are fair. And I guess that's based on what I see in that other person. They may not see what I see.
Right. You might see a diamond in the rough.
Definitely. So.
Is that a Kayla factor or a Kayla Mae factor?
That's a CALA MAE factor.
It's that armor we keep talking about. I want to get past the armor. We know Kayla Mae. We see you on the Dad Group Project cutting up. The star of the Dad Group. We see all that. We want to meet Kayla. We want to hear the journey of you. Because I feel like you have such a... you have a spirit like no other. I feel like when you talk and when you do anything, you know it's you. I've never seen you bite off nobody or even take anybody else's idea and make it your own. I feel like when you do stuff, it's so independent.
It's genuine and it's real. I don't, like I just said, I don't know how to be fake. I don't know how to be nothing else other than myself.
Right. And your Twitter says it all. Your Twitter tells everything. But, you know, I feel like that's what makes you a star, because there's been plenty of episodes where I thought it was a decent episode, and you come out with like a rant about whatever, and it's like, yo, we needed that.
Because it's stuff that I've experienced. It's stuff that I've been through. Man, I didn't cross paths.
Bully and the Bonus was your shit.
That was.
Bully and the Bonus 1 and 2 was your shit.
But I crossed paths with so many different type of people, and I see it sometime, and I think like, Lord, you know, why did I cross paths with this person, or you know, this person? Like, was I supposed to learn something? Were they supposed to learn something? Like, I take life for experiences.
Have you always been like that, or that's something you just developed as you got older?
That's something I developed as I got older.
Well, let's back it up there. Let's tell us a little bit more about you. So, where are you originally from? What part?
District 25, Kennedy Park.
There it is. Okay.
Let's fact check it. First of all, fact check, because people be trying to play me like I'm not from Kennedy Park, baby. Time out. Yes, I am. The church that sits in the middle, that is my great-grandmother's church. The little house that sits next to the church, that was her house, okay? Up in the corner, you got the Subas. Those are my cousins. Back in the day, used to be a brown house across the street from the church. Those are my people churches. My people house. On Lanford Drive, it's a greenhouse that's boarded up. That's where I grew up. And across the street used to be the pink apartments. They probably call it something else different now, but I grew up all through Kennedy Park.
Kennedy Park is where it started.
I am from Kennedy Park, but yeah, that's where it started.
Siblings?
I have a sister. I'm the oldest. She's the youngest. Shout out to Christian.
Hey, big dog.
Yeah, just me and Christian.
Okay. Mother, father. I know Miss Rose. Shout out to Miss Rose.
My
Jackson.
dog. That's my
big
mother. My father passed away back in 2001. Yeah, so it was 3 for a long time.
I feel like your father, your parental background kind of makes you up.
It does.
Like we was talking about earlier, I feel like your father,
really
his journey, his career, is crazy how it synonymously came back to you, and now you're in the spotlight. You got the camera on you. Did you ever see yourself?
Never.
So when you used to watch it, first of all, tell them who your father is. I love what she tells. I love it because it's history.
So my dad is Caleb Jackson. He was a bass player for James Brown. I got fat, so ain't none of this fake. But no, like we come from growing up in the church. My great grandma, both my great grandma on his side and my grandmother on my mother's side was both pastors. So we grew up in the church. I was in the choir. He played in the church band. All type of bands he played in. Any instrument you can think of, he played.
Talented man.
Very talented. Very talented. I had to share a room with Christian because he wanted to have a music room. Like, come on, man. Like,
he was passionate.
But he was dead serious.
Passionate.
He was very passionate. And he lived out his dream.
So tell us the story. I feel like your father especially, you can just tell his aura. You see it.
Man,
you see you. So
that dude, like, That was my dog. Like, he was a big kid at heart. Like, he played with, like, he died when I was 10. So, I only had 10 years with him. But he was a big kid while we were still kids. And then, he was there for us. Like my household, the roles were reversed. My mother was the one that went to work. She was at work all the time. And my daddy was the one at home because he was sick. He had developed diabetes when he was 13. So, he was just there.
Right.
He was there. But yeah, meeting James Brown, I don't really know about playing in his band, but I know meeting James Brown was definitely one of his journeys. And the story goes that he was in a band, and they were opening for James Brown down at some Air Force base in Sumter. Well, apparently James Brown didn't have his bass player. So when my daddy and them went on, James heard him play. When that came off, he was like, man, you know, you really good. Do you know any of my songs? And my daddy was like, yeah, I know all your music. So went in, filled in for the bass player, and they told him, you know, after I come out of jail, after I get done with this jail time, like, you got a job. Like, my mom said he called them people every week trying to figure out when James got out of jail. But yeah, he did that.
That's
he played for about
maybe telling stories like, wow.
He played for about maybe 4 years. He did, but he had already been doing music. He had already been in bands and just it was a lot. He had done a lot.
That's why I said, like, when I see you on camera, it's like you're supposed to be there.
Right.
Like, I don't care what nobody says.
Man, with this,
you supposed to be on camera.
I feel like we supposed to be so much farther in life with this famous shit. We supposed to be so much farther in life.
I've never wanted to be famous. I've never wanted to be known. Like, I told you what I want to do.
Not like that.
I want to retire from, you know what I mean? You know, I told you.
I don't really, I mean, it's not, for me, it's not about the money. It's, for me, it's the awareness personally what I'm trying to do. Because I know I still have a journey.
Of course.
Excuse me, I'm still going through things. I'm still growing, you know, still learning to love myself, still dealing with my flaws myself. So, because being famous ain't really care about it.
I like the fact that there's other people who think like us. Because, you know, we have conversations all the time.
Right.
And they never go anywhere. But,
Right.
like, when we put you on that show and we give you that mic, you can't tell me you were supposed to be a star. Like, I feel like when you say you didn't know.
And I don't even look at it like that. I've never really thought about it like that. Like, I just look at it like my daddy was here. He fulfilled his dream. He had children. He left a legacy.
But the impression I feel like it left, it shows on what you're doing now. Because think about it. I've known you since 2011 or 12.
Right.
Somewhere in there. Or 2001 or 2. We're there.
Definitely
Excuse me.
2002.
1 or
Run it
2.
back,
We're going to run this
2002.
back. I never thought we would be sitting up here going into season 2 of a podcast,
Right.
trying to be on camera,
Right.
getting a tell-all with you because you don't talk about nothing. You know, so I just feel like it's amazing to see who your father. Show them who your father was. Okay. She pulled up with the fat checks.
I got a fat check.
Yeah,
got
show them who it is.
So this is authentic. This is old. I'm not even sure what year he made this, but this is old. So this is a picture of my dad in a band. I'm not even sure what this is or where it come from, but yeah, he was in a band here. He went to Tokyo in '93. Fat check.
That's cool.
This is, I want to say, a band he was in. The First Class Band, yeah.
And our episode's called First Class.
See? First
all
Class
I'm saying.
Band. This is a group he came up with. I can't read that man right.
You're like a doctor.
Man, listen. You can't understand that. But yeah, that's a group he came up with. This is a calendar from January '98. Shout out to the Capricorns because his birthday was on the 18th. That's him. He met Kid and Play. I'm not sure what year this was. But yeah, he met Kid and Play at the Richard Pryor party. That's dope.
This is cool. This is history. You don't really get this every day.
It's him playing his bass. Some band. See? My man stayed working. You hear me? It's another band he was in. Another band he was in. See, all these bands. These are his business cards. It says writer and producer.
This is cool.
Man.
This is super cool. And then your son will have this.
Man.
So he'll be able to grow up and be like, yo, you know, my grandfather was,
Right.
you know, I feel like, thank you for sharing it. I think that is something. When she pulled up with that, I was like, yo, because every time she tells the story, it's just amazing because known Kayla forever, and the fact that she came out of nowhere and was like,
because I mean, for me, that's history for me. Like I said, I only got 10 years with my daddy, so just seeing and knowing what he did before I was even born is pretty dope.
Yeah, for sure.
That's dope.
For sure.
It's not every day that people get to do stuff they like that or fulfill their dream, because that was his dream.
Right.
To play in that man, band, but
to
that's
accomplish
dope,
it,
right? To accomplish it,
set a
like
goal.
he really works hard. Like music has always been a family thing for us growing up.
You sing? Can we get you to sing on the Dad Group Project?
Hell no.
I tried to get you to rap. You wasn't going for it. I can't get a song.
I was in chorus in elementary and middle school.
So you can't hum us a theme song?
I sung and my sister played instruments. That was it. And even today, like when we go back to church, like church home, people like, Kelly, you singing? No, I don't do that. I don't do that.
I'm just here for show. Praise the Lord. That's all I'm here for. Just to say, hey, praise the Lord. So, can we ask the nitty gritty? I feel like that was enough for the skew.
Right.
And you know this fupagang everything.
Everything. Fupagang down.
So let's ask the nitty gritty. I feel like we gotta bring it all back to fupagang.
Y'all can fuck some bitches. I'ma get some money. iPhone jumping in a black punkin. Didn't nobody see me. I ain't saying nothing. I was switching lanes and the chopper rushing. Learn to flip them yams. School of hard knocks. Sell them by the grams. Off alarm clocks.